Julie, we're back once again.
We are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
2 episodes in one day. That's pretty good for us.
It is pretty good.
I like this. I like this routine we have.
It only took you 20 million coffees to be ready.
You know, listen, I'm a very busy man doing very busy things.
Right.
Question for you, Julie. Do you know who Abe Froman is?
I don't know who Abe Froman is.
Brian, do you know who Abe Froman is?
I do not.
I really got to start working with people who watch more movies.
Sorry.
Abe
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes, he is the Sausage King of Chicago.
I should have known that.
You should have known that.
Listen, I've seen it, but why would I remember
Abe
the name?
Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago. Well, we don't have Abe Froman on the episode today, but we do have David Lindberg, who is the Peptide King of Las Vegas. David, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, just a little background for everybody that's at home. I call him Big Dave. Big Dave and I, we go way back to live day clubs, way back to ego, late night clubs, way back to, we were yay high playing together in the streets when we were children.
At Ego?
At Ego, yes. So Dave and I, we have a rich history together. I think it's fair to say.
Yes.
And also, Dave gave me a very nice gift that I can wear for this episode. I'm rocking his shades.
Oh, well, now I feel like an asshole.
You should. Yeah. I put these shades on earlier, and Julie insulted me. Didn't know they were
I
Dave's.
didn't insult. I just made a face.
There was one hell of a face.
It wasn't a good face.
It was not a face I'd call pleasant, but I digress. But Dave Lindberg, owner of, you're pretty much an entrepreneur. You're owner of RejuvenateYou, which we're going to touch on, the owner and CEO of Hanobi Research, owner of clinic protocols. Is there anything else that we're missing?
That's about it right
That's
now.
that's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, for now. I have some things in the works, but that's about it for now.
It's already a ton that you're doing.
I know.
Tell me about it.
Where do you have your free time to go out and live your best Dave life?
You know what? I network.
You do. You do network. I love that for you. All right, so tell me about RejuvenateYou. What's that all about?
It's HRT, hormone replacement, telehealth company.
Okay.
Out of Colorado. Telehealth, 50 states. We service all 50 states. Use compounding pharmacies to fulfill orders, get people's labs, check their hormones, evaluate them, try to optimize them the best they can, to make it feel like they're in their 20s again, bring them back to life, essentially.
Okay.
So we do anything from hormones to GLPs to sexual well-being meds and peptides as well.
And then combining that with Hanobi Research, what is it? Explain to me what Hanobi Research, because honestly, the research that we did on Hanobi and clinic protocols and RejuvenateYou, it was hard for me to differentiate the three, but hopefully you can answer.
So
the three.
right now, there's only a few peptides that are FDA approved.
Okay.
All the other peptides are considered research use only. So 2 years ago, 2023, the government put them in a Category 2 list, most of these peptides. That means they weren't safe for human consumption, per se, because the FDA was trying to quiet the peptide, the game, because they actually work.
Yes.
Right? Anybody knows Big Pharma, they know that. They're there to mask, not cure.
Damn that big pharma.
I know, it sucks. So, but people really don't realize is these research use only peptides have a great benefit for humans, if and when they're allowed to be, consumed by humans technically.
Sure. Interesting.
Yes.
And then clinic protocols.
Clinic Protocols is a consulting business I started to help people launch a telehealth platform for hormone replacement, peptides, anything telehealth related, turnkey with a compliant aspect of it. So I've seen a lot of people try to create clinics, but doing it the wrong way. And I've also been, pardon my French, fucked over by past partners, past, consultants, things like that.
Sure.
So what I want to do is, hey, if I love helping people, but I'm like, people are just going to take it from me, I might as well try to monetize it and get the best of both worlds.
How long have you been in the health and wellness game?
For the latter part of a decade.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
So you obviously know your shit. You've been around for a while. For those of you that are just listening and don't have the privilege of seeing what Dave looks like right now, you're a big boy. You're a big boy.
A smidge.
What do you bench?
My max was about 585
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
That's like
before I tore my pec.
2.5 of me. Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
That's my nightmare. It'll never happen.
I made the mistake of going in there too soon after I did another chest workout.
Yeah.
And I wasn't hydrated and just pushed my limits.
When was this?
January of 2024.
Okay. Oh, so not too long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's healed now, but I just don't flat bench anymore.
Gotcha. So I feel like peptides, we had Ashley Contorno on, who I believe you've met also.
Yes.
And we talked a little bit about steroid use and peptides. I feel like peptides to the general public is relatively new, but to people who are in the industry, it's been around for a while. Is that right?
Yeah, they've been around for years. And a lot of people don't realize that insulin is a type of peptide.
Okay.
What a peptide is a short amino acid chain that your body naturally produces. So what a peptide does is go and makes it function better, right?
Sure.
To lose weight, put on muscle mass, brain fog, brain cognitivity, things like that, to help get the best result by using your own body's production.
Okay. And what are some various forms of peptides, or what are some reasons that somebody would take peptides? And is there ones that kind of like a jack of all trades, or are they separate?
So they're separate, right? There's a big GLPs, right? The semaglutide,
Yeah.
the trizpeptide, and now the retatrutide, which it's a GLP-1, GLP-2, GLP-3. Those are great for weight loss, controlling cravings, so people don't eat as much as they normally would. And also some of the newer ones, the GLP-3, Reta, there are studies out there that show it helps with inflammation in the body, PCOS in females, also overall cholesterol. So, and they work. So they do a very good job. I did my labs on being on Reta a few months ago, and those are the best labs I've ever had.
Really?
And also being on a cycle of testosterone and DECA and some other stuff.
Now, Reta isn't FDA approved yet, right?
It is not FDA approved yet, but it's in stage 3 trials through Eli Lilly.
You feel like it's going to?
It is.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to monetize it. And they're, of course, the government and the president says they're going to try to make it affordable for everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't technically believe them.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a shortage, and there's always going to be a need for it.
Yeah. What does Reta do for you?
Reta, for myself personally, or
Just why would somebody take Reta over any other GLPs?
so right, it's a triple agonist. So what it does is, like with semaglutide and triz, people were not eating at all on them.
Okay.
Right? Because they were getting the sunken in face, things like that.
Yeah.
This Reta allows you to eat, a little bit more, but also preserves your muscle mass while you're doing it. The issue is people are losing the muscle mass, bone density, and things like that. And there's also other benefits to Reta, like I talked about, like the inflammation, the cholesterol, good for the heart, and also for like PCOS for females. So, and it's also showing possible, helping with Alzheimer's as well.
Okay. And this is like a shot that people take.
Yeah, it's a shot once a week. People take. It's lasts a week, so they do it like every Monday,
Yep.
and it lasts a week for them.
Interesting. That's blows my mind that modern science these days can just make. I mean, I feel like the GLPs again have just skyrocketed.
They have, and the issue with them is people don't want to eat on them, right? So the
Yeah.
issue, people are showing that they're having a bad reaction with semaglutide.
Yeah.
The sunken in face, the bone density issues is because they weren't eating at all on it, right? So I tell people all the time, this should teach you better habits while you're on it. You should still eat nutritious meals.
Yeah.
Just don't gorge yourself or snack at midnight, and or whatever. Teach you better eating habits as a person.
Because it really should change your lifestyle, not necessarily not necessarily change your lifestyle for the negative, but change your habits, I guess. Right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
for the positive, right? So
Yes.
you're creating better habits and you get better outcome in life, longevity in life, and things like that.
What's the biggest when you said you've been on
Yeah.
Reta, what's the biggest issue that you've come across while you're on?
It can cause a little bit of indigestion
Okay.
because it's slowing down the gastric emptying in your stomach, which causes the food to sit there longer. So it can cause some indigestion or heartburn. Other than that, I think it works amazing. I microdose it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily use it for the food aspect. I use it for the other health benefits.
Yeah, interesting. Julie, would you ever get on any peptides or anything like that?
Yeah, I
you're
would.
very into health and wellness.
I would, yeah.
What would you want it to do for you?
Well, okay, so you would not know this about me, but I am a dancer. And
What?
Wow.
What?
Andrew doesn't care about my dance life.
First of all,
He never
I
asked
do.
anything about it.
you never call, you never write anymore.
But with that being said, my tendons are fucked. My ligaments are screwed up. Just really all of my joint issues
So, yeah,
are insane.
There's some good ones for those, like Wolverine Stack, BPC,
Right.
157, TB500. There's also like ARA 290, which is good for on the joints and everything else like that, and for pain as well.
Yeah, that's what I would need. There was a while that I was into hypertrophy, and then that just started screwing with my dance stuff.
What does that mean?
It did.
What is hypertrophy?
Like just growing cross-sectional area of making your muscles bigger.
Oh,
There you go.
thank you. Thank you.
Then our tendons and joints were not able to support it.
Yeah.
See, look, this is a very
With all the jumping and all the stretching, it was too combative.
This is
That's like
very
me trying to run a mile every single day or a marathon.
Or like if he got up right now and said, I'm going to do the middle splits. Probably wouldn't work.
Challenge accepted, mother. How dare you? When did bodybuilding and getting into shape become a thing for you? Because as far as I've known you for, gosh, a year and a half now, is you've always been jacked. And I know Devin's our mutual friend, and that's how you guys met, is you guys were just the two biggest dudes at the pool party.
and it turns out he's also one of my patients.
Yeah.
He moved here. But yeah, I've always been in fitness, things like that. I played football in high school, played college, played some semi-pro. But I was always on the bigger side. I powerlifted. Then in about 2013, I've always wanted to bodybuild.
Yep.
And actually had the means and the financial side to do it. So I started bodybuilding in 2012, 2013. And this pretty much changed my physique around.
Yeah. Interesting. Testosterone, you first tried their testosterone prescription in your early 20s, right?
I think I was like 24, 25.
Okay, so mid
testosterone, yes.
mid 20s. For somebody that, again, we talked about this with Ashley, social media is encouraging so much, especially if it's in your algorithm. It's encouraging, peptide use and GLPs and, testosterone usage. And it seems very much more prevalent than it's ever been. For somebody that is in their early to mid 20s and they're considering starting testosterone or anything like that, what would you recommend knowing what you know now?
Just knowing all the benefits and the negative side effects and the positive side effects of it. There's a lot more positive side effects to it, but I think if somebody's in their early 20s and they want to optimize their hormones or testosterone, I would always start them on like a more natural route, like HCG and enclomiphene, which will help produce your natural endocrine system to produce more testosterone for you. So I always tell them to go that route. If that doesn't work, then we can get them on synthetic testosterone.
So when people think of testosterone, they usually think of like steroids or just bodybuilding. That's not necessarily always the case.
No,
right?
it's not as taboo anymore. A lot more people are on it than we realize, and it has a lot more health benefits for testosterone. Has a lot more health benefits than the negatives, right? Before everybody's like, oh, it can cause heart issues, things like that, cause a stroke. But actually, the studies are coming out that it's a lot more beneficial as you get older than not being on it.
Okay. You're what, 37, 38, 39 now?
40.
40. Look at you. We're in the 40 group now. Julie's the only one not in the 40s. You feel like that?
Shame.
Actually, I feel better now at 40 than I did in my early 20s.
Why? So that leads to my next question. What mistakes early on do you feel like helped shape what you know now, or what mistakes did you make growing up that you wish you didn't?
We just weren't educated, right?
Yeah.
Like we were going off the old food pyramid.
Yep.
Nutrition sucked. We didn't know what we were doing. And I grew up in a small town in Colorado, farm town. So I didn't have access to things other people do. And I think now with the internet, social media, and HRT clinics are not as taboo anymore. It's actually more, mainstream. And there's a lot more information out there, good information about it.
Okay. What's your diet consist of these days?
My diet consists of, I honestly try to have a good balance, try to eat clean as much as I can. But if I want to go out and splurge and have pizza or burger, I do it. Yeah. I don't live in a box anymore like when I bodybuilded. I actually feel a lot better now than I did when I was bodybuilding because I don't care. I put so much pressure on myself that I had to eat 6 meals a day every 3 hours. I had to be this, this, and this. As long as I try to have a fine balance now. And I'm honestly bigger and leaner than I was, for years because I don't stress myself out anymore.
How often do you work out?
At least 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your rest days look like?
My rest days. Probably find me at the pool.
He's going to ego. It's not a rest day.
So you've always been into health and wellness. You've always been into being in shape, being jacked. What point did you say, I want to turn this into a business now?
It's really weird. I was a cop for 15 years in Colorado. Some things happened there. I had to, move to Vegas to start over a new career. Worked for MGM for the ERT unit, and then worked for the WIN for a little bit. One of my other friends opened up a clinic here in 2020. They wound up having some issues with their business partners, and I was the face of it. So we had a lot of patients that were mad. They didn't get their meds. They paid money. So I wound up, my other friend in Colorado had a clinic that I partnered with, kind of. I had like an independent contracting agreement with them. And I wound up growing so fast they couldn't sustain me anymore.
Really?
So I wound up doing a license agreement with them. 6 months into that license agreement, I grew so fast that I wound up just buying out of that and had my own clinic.
That's incredible.
So it was just a circumstance, and it was just right place, right time, to be honest. I got very lucky.
What's the Vegas market like compared to anywhere else?
It's good, right? Because Vegas is big into fitness, things like that. But if people know the fitness industry, they don't like to spend money. They're poor. Yeah. Because they're spending all their money on shows and food and all this other shit. But it's actually good. People want to be healthy in Vegas, right? So it's not only the fitness community, It's the CEOs, it's the professionals that want to stay healthy. They're running the 12, 13, 15-hour days. Even though they may not get to the gym, but still having these modalities like testosterone and peptides help them sustain that lifestyle they have.
A lot of these people, they put what they put inside their body ahead of what they should be doing. And especially in the fitness, a lot of people die young or they have serious.
Well, and that was another reason I got into it, right? Because I wanted to educate people, right?
Yeah.
Biggest thing, we had a lot of bodybuilders die in 2021, 2020, because they were having heart issues or they're doing stupid things, and they just weren't acknowledging the science or following up with it. They don't go to the doctor. So part of my one of the things when I started the clinic as well is knowledge and education, right? Providing people with that platform to, hey, you don't be afraid to come tell us what you're doing or taking. We want to try to help you and give you the best benefits we can and doing it the safe way.
Do you feel like people aren't as forthcoming when it comes to you? Because I feel like if I were to be on X amount of whatever, and I would go to you, I feel like to get the best information or to take the best route with you, I would need to tell you, be totally transparent. But I feel like
I try to make people comfortable as best as possible.
Yeah.
And let them say, hey, we do not care. We understand you're going to be on probably X, Y, and Z because of what you're doing. Just tell us, so when we see the lab results come back, we can decipher it and help you and make you the best version of you we can, and try to optimize you and make you healthy.
Yeah, interesting.
I had a question. This is about something going on in Vegas, but just talking about the dangers of people not being educated properly and misusing things. This upcoming weekend is the inaugural Enhanced Games. Are you familiar with this?
I've heard of them, yes.
Right. So going on at Resorts World. And, it's not required that you're on performance enhancing anything to do it, but it is encouraged. I am worried about it because I don't know how people are handling it or if they're doing it responsibly and with education behind it. What are your thoughts on an event like this?
I would assume if somebody or an organization is, advertising for Enhanced Games like they are, that there's certain protocols or certain systems in place to monitor these athletes to make sure they're doing it the safest way possible. This is not a free-for-all, like I'll say bodybuilding, open bodybuilding and the IFBB. Some of the guys' protocols, that's why they're dying at 35 years old and having heart attacks, things like that, because A, they're not acknowledging the signs, and two, if there's an organization, I don't know much about it, I haven't really looked into it, but I would assume that there's some kind of checks and balances to it, to where it doesn't get too far out of control.
Right. I would hope so. I think really what freaked me out is, we know athletes have been competing on steroids for forever if they can get away with it. But then you start reading things, which I understand a lot of people take it. But for example, Adderall is one of the things that they said a lot of the athletes are going to be using, which that in high doses can like affect your heart pretty significantly. And that freaks me out when you start thinking track and field, which is what's going on.
It definitely can, depends on high dosages.
Right.
For that person. So yeah, they definitely think it should be checked and balanced for it.
Yeah.
I think it's great, right? Because a lot of people go through camps, let's say boxing or MMA, UFC, and 95% of the time, they never make it through camp healthy. How good would these fights be if these athletes could take peptides or small dosage of testosterone to help them get through camps?
Yeah.
Just make a regimen, make a standard guideline. So you can't get over this, but hey, we want you healthy. If they can go to their fights 100%, how better will these fights be?
Right. A lot of these, not necessarily talking about the athletes that are in these enhanced, but by the way, is this the first year for that?
Second.
It is. This is the inaugural. They were going to do it in 2024, and then stuff happened, and now here we are.
Okay. Not talking about those athletes, but like the average Joes who is now getting the algorithm, a social media algorithm of seeing these people have this success with Reta or these other peptides. It's so easy now because it doesn't seem like it's as regulated as it probably will be in the future. It seems like it's very easy to kind of find what you're looking for in like the gray market or something like that. How do you, if somebody is interested and they're just an average Joe Schmo and they're looking to, what would you recommend they do to be safe and not deal
knowing
with
the product, right? These people go online, they can find Reta for $50. And then I have it. They're like, why is yours so much more expensive? I said, well, mine's third party. It's tested. A GMC certified manufacturer. Their standard is higher than the FDA standards. They test it 13 to 14 times before it even gets out in the public's hands. So it's 99% pure, like these Chinese ones that are coming from China. They don't know what's in them.
Yeah.
They're coming with these tests that show, hey, they're 99% pure, but they could be faked.
Yeah.
Right? If something just seems too good to be true, then it most likely is.
If you're an average Joe, how do you tell if they are faked, or what's like a red flag to look for?
The price.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, it may work, right? Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to put something in my body that I can't hold tried and true behind.
Yeah.
What do you mean by the price?
Yeah,
like, do you mean it's
what would be
too
the
low, too high?
Too low.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
would be a typical price for anything, really?
It depends on what it is. You know, like people are getting these cases of 10 vials of let's say X, and it's like $80, right? But those 10 vials for me would be, I'm just not a number. I don't know for you know, I know some numbers, but I'm just giving a general consensus of this. You know, they pay like $80 for these 10 vials, but yeah, if they want it from me, it's like 600.
Oh wow, yeah, big jump then.
Yeah.
I also thought when you said X, I thought you were talking about ecstasy. I was like,
Not ecstasy. No, definitely not ecstasy.
which one of your 3 clinics sell the ecstasy? Then?
Yeah.
That's good to know.
No, it's good to be knowledge. You know, these other companies out there that say that they're, you know, American made, things like that, which you just got to do your due diligence and follow up on it. Because a lot of these Chinese companies now are importing them to these, you know, fulfillment centers in the States, and they're slapping a label on it that says American made.
Yeah. At what point is it just being a shortcut as opposed to losing? I mean, because I feel like a lot of people that are taking these, anything really, they look at it as a shortcut to get to where they want to be. But you still got to put in the work. You still got to put in the day in, day out, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. You still got to do the work, got to work out, eat right, things like that. Because if you don't, you may get some benefit from it, but you're not going to get the full potential of what that product, you know, that product has to offer.
Yeah.
So it's just like the GLPs. It's like let's say the lap band. Back in the day when it was getting the lap band, right? If you ate like an asshole before and you ate like an asshole afterwards, people were out eating, they were regrowing they were expanding their stomachs.
Yeah.
Same thing with like being on the GLP. If you eat like an asshole before, you don't change your habits, you're going to go right back to where you were when you started, or worse.
Yeah. We had, do you remember the comedian Ralphie May?
Yes.
He passed away, big guy. We had his wife on, and she had this documentary where she kind of talked about his life, and he had lap band, and it didn't work because he didn't change his lifestyle. And it's crazy how it just becomes not almost a disease, but just something that you just can't kick unless you change something major about your lifestyle.
It really is, or have a scare, health scare, things like that.
Yeah.
It really is just a lifestyle change, and that's what's hard. And a lot of it too, it could be something that is mental or where they need some help with you know, getting some therapy for it.
That's interesting.
So, yeah, I know tons of people in my personal life that are obsessed with the weight loss craze that comes with it. How do you think that these, enhancing substances are affecting the weight loss conversation?
And what do you mean?
Just overall, because I mean, like we're talking about, forever people have said, oh, well, I just need to count my calories. Oh, I just need to, I mean, the whole cardio craze that we know cardio is not really the answer. But how do you think it's changing the way people are approaching it and thinking about it as a whole?
I think it's a good thing. It's 2 realms, right? I think it's a good thing on one end and then a bad thing on the other, because it's just, you know, it's like cardio in a bottle, or whatever you want to call it. It's giving people the easy way out, unfortunately. But the people that are doing it right, it's working very well for them, and they're having really good health benefits on the end, and they're optimizing themselves. And the people that are just taking it want to be lazy. You know, they'll get some benefits from it, but they're not going to, you know, optimize it.
What do you think if it was up to you, in your opinion, what peptide or product would you recommend for weight loss over the others?
That's good. It depends. If you have problem eating, you know, a GLP, you know, or controlling what you put in your body, you know, probably a GLP. But there's other ones like SLUPP332, which they call cardio in a bottle, goes down to the mitochondria level and starts burning fat from the inside out. So there's other modalities that work very well, that can work, you know, differently. And I think it's subjective on the person, and it's a trial and error situation.
Right.
You mentioned, you kind of touched on it briefly, but like, again, with everything that's out there right now, and it's a very hot trend, all these peptides and Reta and everything. What kind of regulations do you think there will be a year, 2 years, 5 years from now?
You know, they're going to try to monetize it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're going to be harder to get, but definitely, you know, the big pharma is going to try to monetize it, and they're going to try to put these patents on them. You know, for the longest time, they were trying to silence them, but now it's too mainstream for the big pharma to silence them. So now they're going to try to monetize it.
Yeah, if they can make money on it,
yes,
they're gonna make money on it for sure. When it comes to just a lot of working out, there's a lot of people with bad shoulders, bad knees, and old injuries, whatever, and they hear about BPC 157. I have no idea what that is, or TV 500. Like, what are those supposed to help with? What are they?
Those help with healing and rejuvenation and inflammation.
What do you give me a look for?
I'm just laughing. I do all this research. I write down what they are, and you're like, I have no idea what it is.
I don't know what BPC 157 is. A little. yeah, this is a little above my realm. I'm the average Joe.
Let's tell Andrew about it then.
Yes,
please.
Gather around, children. We're going to learn about BPC
they're,
today.
they're designed for healing and rejuvenation, right? Now, if you have a torn ligament or something like that, it may not do anything for you. But I've also heard of it helping, people with those kind of ailments. So let's say you have a slight tear in your bicep tendon. You do a regimen at BPC and TB500. It's going to heal you a lot faster, stop the inflammation, and it's going to get you back to normal faster. I.e., our friend Devin had his jaw wired shut.
Yes, he did.
He was supposed to be wired shut for 16 weeks, I think. And I put him on a high dose of BPC and TB500, and he had it removed after 8 weeks.
Whoa,
It's crazy.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That was wild. Seeing Devin with his jaw wired shut, that was a crazy. I've never seen anybody in person with their jaw wired shut other than
Yeah.
Kanye. But yeah, it was so funny. Like New Year's Eve, we all had that party bus we all got into, and Devin was sitting across from me, and the music was bumping, and we were driving. And I'll be honest, Devin was talking to me, but he couldn't open his mouth. He was just talking like this all the time. I had zero idea of what he said for the 30 minutes that we were on our way to Ego.
You
But
just nodded along?
I smiled and nodded and kind of like mimicked his reactions. Like if he was like, surprised, I would be surprised too. It's the nonverbal communication that really does it.
So they do work. I've had a buddy that tore his bicep, and
Yeah.
he used a high dose of it, and it eventually grew back, and he never had a surgery.
Did you take that when you tore your pecs?
Yeah, I took it when I tore my pec. I took it when I had my disc replacement in my neck, and I took it when I had my knee replacement.
Jesus.
I know you said that I think you said if you tore a ligament, it might not help you there. But let's say, you've gotten into the healing process. Maybe you're in physical therapy at this point. At that point, would you maybe see benefit
Honestly,
from
like,
it?
Let's say you need surgery on something.
Right.
I always start it before and continue after, right? Because it's going to help with the healing process when you're on it before. Then you have the surgery. It's going to help fast. It's going to help speeding that recovery up.
Is this something that I'm sure it might be different for all of them, so forgive me if this is a stupid question. But are all of these things that need to build up in your system over
No,
time?
not necessarily. But
okay.
like with that one, I like doing that because it's gonna help with the inflammation. Just because if you have an injury you're getting surgery for, you're probably inflamed.
Right.
It's gonna help with the overall surgery process.
Okay,
Good to know.
good to know.
So you've been, and business-wise, you've been involved in this for just under a decade now. What's something that you've learned that you wish you kind of knew earlier on? Because you're basically, I mean, not only are you learning, you have to know all of this. You also have to, run your own business. You have to market. You have to network. You find your thing. What's something that you look back on and you say, I wish I knew that business-wise earlier on?
I was too trusting.
Too trusting. You are a very trusting guy, and I feel like it's a rare breed. But why would you say you're too trusting?
I give people the benefit of the doubt. Ignore some red flags instead of acknowledging it, and just being too trusting. And then, like I said, I've been taken advantage of, and I've had things happen that could have been prevented if I would have took action when I saw these red flags.
So what are you doing now to change that?
I don't trust anybody.
Not even you.
He's dead on the inside.
I still trust, right? But I don't give any control up. I don't. Everything that I do is making sure that I have my checks and balances in place, and I have the right people in the right places.
Yeah. So let's say somebody's in their early 30s or even 40s, whatever, and they're looking to kind of get in the same industry as you and do the same thing you're doing. What's some piece of advice other than don't trust anybody? What's a piece of advice you'd give somebody getting into it?
That's where my consulting business comes in. To make sure they do it right, and they have the right things in place to make sure they do it compliant, right? Because if you don't do it under compliance, the regulatory boards, if you're doing anything with hormones, can come down on you very hard. And making sure your doctors are licensed in the state you're practicing in. There's certain things when COVID came out and these clinics started popping up, it was fly by night. It was a quick way to make a buck.
Really?
And then they exited.
Yeah. And again, the whole trusting thing I feel like has, obviously in some cases not worked in your favor, but for the most part, I feel like you are one of the most well-known people in Vegas. Like every time we go out, usually somebody comes up to you, Dave, how are you? Usually they're very attractive, so kudos to you. But almost everywhere we go, I feel like people are walking up to you, you're shaking hands, you're kissing babies, you're doing all that. When it comes to networking and just getting out there and meeting people, what's your secret?
I've always been a people person. I think, honestly, working 15 years in law enforcement made it so I wasn't shy of this going up and talking to people. I have a very good network in town from what I've done and from the friends I have, and I'm just very outgoing, as you know. So I'm not afraid to go talk to people, especially when we're out, and it always comes up in conversation because of my stature. What do I do? And that is a great conversation starter. As soon as I bring it up, then I have 50 million questions.
Yeah.
And then I'm very charismatic, and for some reason, people tend to gravitate towards me.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
So take me through what a night out with Dave Lindberg looks like.
You've been with me.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
haven't been.
Julie hasn't been. Julie wants to know what a night out with David looks like. Big Dave.
So when I go out and I have a lot of like industry people that are my friends and my clients and patients. So, I get, sometimes hey, I have somebody I want you to meet, come out, or we either set up a night going out, period. So we go out, and of course we go out. We have our table, whatever section we're at. And 9 times out of 10, I probably am bouncing around more than I'm at my table because I'm talking to people. I see somebody I recognize down here, or somebody recognizes me, or they come up and talk to me. And it just becomes into a big networking. I remember one night I was at a club here, and I wound up signing up an entire SWAT team to my clinic.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I've got more patients and more networking and, joining new clients by being out.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I talk about this, my clinic protocol stuff when I talk about getting business going. I have never paid for any marketing.
Yeah. That's incredible.
And my clinic was up to 6,000 patients at one point.
That's wild. Yeah, I remember at New Year's, you were just always on the move. You were never in one spot. You were never kind of just sitting there and chilling for a while. Like you were just talking. There were 100 people there or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely are the go-to guy. What kind of cop were you, by the way?
I was a great cop.
A great cop is, is a good
I was a nice
answer.
one, right? I was very direct and understanding. I was no bullshit. I wasn't different, right? I was the same person I was, but I had a different mentality when I was a cop.
Yeah.
I was very direct and upfront when I dealt with like gangbangers and shitheads. They knew where I stood with them, and I knew where I stood with them. It was a game. Yeah. But they knew I didn't bullshit them. So I was very well respected in the city I worked for by my officers and by the people I dealt with, because they knew, hey, if I fuck up, it's a game. Yeah. I'm going to get taxed. Tonight I'm going to go to jail. Sometimes they win, sometimes we win. So I was very understanding and very compassionate towards certain things.
You were a cop here in Vegas?
I was a cop in Colorado. Then I also worked for the Indian Reservation just north of town for about a year.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
If I'm ever in trouble.
If you're ever in trouble, call Dave. Dave knows a guy that knows a guy.
So yeah,
Right.
My experience in being a cop for 15 years, probably most people won't get in a 30-year career, because I worked for a couple smaller departments, but I also was very proactive, and I also want to do a lot of things. So I've gotten a lot of certificates, awards, and I was able to do a lot in my 15 years. Not a short time, but it is a little bit compared to other
Do you
cops.
miss it?
I miss what it was. I don't miss what it's become.
Yeah. What do you think it's become right now?
Unfortunately, it's a culture that these kids that are becoming cops don't know how to talk to people. I think I posted a reel the other day talking about one of the issues of law enforcement is they're robots. They're not people anymore. Right. They've taken the humanity out of being a cop, and you got to show some humanity being a cop, and also just understanding people in general, and to the departments, the higher ups treat their officers like criminals. Something happens, they get treated more like a criminal than the criminals do. So it's, why should we go out and do our job, be proactive, if we're just going to get slammed for it?
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough, man. That's something I respect and I know the shit that they deal with, but I know I can see both sides of it too. It's such a tough conversation.
It is. And I ran an agency, so I've been, from the bottom, I've been all the way at the top. So, I understand where these admin people come from, but you still got to realize you were in that spot at one point. And just because some asshole above you is trying, they need to know what's going on.
Yeah. What's the biggest flex since you've been in Vegas? What's the biggest flex that you've had here? You've had some big flexes from the short amount of time that I've known you. You've definitely had some big flexes where it's like, damn, Dave got the hook up there, or damn, Dave's doing this. For you though, what's the biggest flex in Vegas that you've had?
That's tough.
I know. We ask the tough questions here at the Big.
All the tough questions.
All the tough.
I don't know. See, like my biggest flex, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. We don't live in reality in Vegas, right? And like, I'm able to go out with my friends and with people we know, and we don't wait in lines.
Yeah.
People, spend thousands of dollars or save up their money for years just to wait in line to get into a club. And, it's weird. We never wait in lines. It's kind of, so I don't know what the biggest flex is.
I mean,
I try to
That's a big one.
That's a pretty big flex.
That's a big one to me.
I try to stay humble about it because I like what I do, and I don't really know.
Even still, this is a perfect example. You are very humble, and you don't have to be. Somebody with your networks and your connections, I would not be that humble, but that's just who you are. Maybe that's why I have the show called Bighead.
Correct.
That could be it.
Correct.
You just went to, what's that club that opened up at Mandalay?
Tailgate?
Oh, Tailgate, the new Tailgate.
Tailgate. How was
It was a new Tailgate. Then I went to Palm Tree as well.
What's Palm Tree?
Or not Palm Tree, the new Omnia Day Club.
Omnia, yeah.
The new Omnia Day Club.
So with the two new clubs, I mean, you're a live guy for sure, right? No, or you're a marquee guy. Who are you?
I like all day clubs.
Okay, all day clubs. You don't discriminate. Between the two new ones, which one would you recommend?
They're different, right? For what you're looking for. Tailgate is awesome. So they're bringing a concept like stadium swim
Yeah.
to the strip, which is cool because there's nothing like that on the strip.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're doing different things. You know, they're offering, general admission, but they're also offering for a little bit more money, open bar passes, which is cool. No place is doing that.
That's pretty cool. What do you mean open bar? Like just
Legit, like, yeah, you if you want to pay general admission and plus I forget what it is, let's say $30.
Yeah.
So let's say $85 on Saturday to go into tailgate. You get a wristband, you get open bar all day.
Whoa.
wow. I feel like that's got to be a limited time only.
Big head outing.
Big head outing. Big head outing, but we're all off the clock.
It's cool they're doing all the sporting events there. Like Sunday to Mondays. I think it'd be cool to just go hang out and watch Sunday football there. It's a different environment.
Sure.
Than the normal day club, which I like. It's not as loud in there. You get to watch the sports. And you get to hang out.
Yeah. What about Omnia?
Omni was wild. It's a typical, new day club.
It was just opening weekend, right?
Yeah, I went and saw Rufus there on Saturday,
Nice.
and it was packed to the gore.
Yeah. Do you see yourself being one of those guys, or are you sticking with what you know with Liv and Marquis?
I'll go anywhere. You know that.
Hey, you go anywhere that has a good time.
Have a good time. But I like to support the people that support me. So, of course, I'll be at Liv. I'll be at the places that support me and my businesses, and I'll support them.
Yeah. Interesting. Julie, what's your favorite day club you want to go to? Are you
That I want to go to?
you haven't been to? 'Cause
I
you,
haven't.
have you been to day clubs?
I've only been to Live. It's the only one I've been to. I don't even remember how we wound up there. I think we were just staying at the Fountain Blue one night on like a staycation, and we were like, let's go drink in the sun.
Liv is great.
Great times.
Liv was great. I'm excited to check out Omnia. It seems like everybody in town went to Omnia this past
I couldn't walk 2 feet without talking to somebody.
Oh, I'm sure. I am sure. Oh my gosh.
I want to go to all of them.
I want
That's
all
my
of the
goal
day
this
clubs.
summer, to at least step foot into all of them once.
You better get on top of that.
I know.
It's already almost the end of May right now. All right, so listen, I like to challenge every guest that comes in.
Let's do it.
Whether it's a trivia challenge, whether it's a singing challenge. We actually haven't challenged anybody.
You haven't challenged just saying the only person you challenge is me.
It's my favorite
My
thing to do.
patience.
It's my favorite thing to do. But as I mentioned, for anybody that's listening at home, Dave's a big boy. I feel like Dave has some pretty big biceps. And I want to measure my biceps against his biceps. Brian, do you want in on this?
Brian, get in.
No, I'm definitely not.
Hold on. Before
I think I'm in for a challenge here.
I gotta get prep. I gotta prep my.
What are you doing? What are you? Oh my
Get a little pump on.
god.
I gotta get my pump. This is my. I don't have weights here at the studio.
I still can't believe he's
little
wearing the
bands here.
glasses. Still can't believe you're wearing the glasses.
I know.
This is fantastic.
I've never seen anything so douchey as watching you do banded curls
First
in
of
a
all-
cutoff tank
How dare you?
in your podcast studio.
All right. I don't know how are we gonna do this. How are we gonna measure my biceps first?
You need
Here.
a second. set
Julie,
of
get over
hands.
Yeah.
Make sure you get the apex.
You don't want to be near a microphone.
Andrew, just sit in the middle.
Sit in the middle.
On the couch.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this. Okay, make sure you're getting the good one.
A little sweaty. Just so you
You a
know.
little nervous?
I'm there.
He's the one that's nervous.
Look at that.
Hold on. Oh, this is the worst tape measure.
First of all, how dare you? All we can see is your butt right now against the camera. Good.
Everyone in Bakersfield.
All your fans in Bakersfield.
All right.
I can only flex for so long, Julie. I'm dying over
Oh.
here. Okay, don't say it yet. Don't say it yet. Then we're gonna measure Dave's.
All right.
Get over there, Dave.
Let's go.
That was exhausting. Brian, I don't care what you say. You're up next.
Don't do that.
All right.
Julie's mooning
This is
everybody.
just gonna make me laugh because I know what your number is.
First of all, I don't know what you're talking about. It's got to be a healthy competition. Is that regulation tape?
Yep. Ready?
I've got it. You're good. Let's see.
I feel like that's fake news, whatever it is.
So right now,
It's
unless
double.
I mismeasured,
It's double.
we've got 22 for Dave.
22.
Is that good or bad for you?
Holy, I haven't measured them in a long time.
Yeah.
I knew they were 20, but
Yeah.
22 is fucking big.
Good for you.
I didn't realize they were that big.
Good for you. That's what she said.
They've actually grown because I think the last time I measured them, they were just
Do
over.
me.
Dave,
Just over 20.
do Julie. Damn! I swear to God, if Julie has bigger biceps than
Literally
me,
just my natural bicep.
if Julie has bigger biceps than me, we're gonna have issues.
Sad. This is sad.
Julie, you're fired if you have bigger biceps than me.
Inches.
Hell yeah.
How long? How big?
12.
12.
That's a foot long. All right, Julie, what was mine?
15.
Jesus Christ. Devin's gonna be so pissed.
I think it was 15 and a half.
I think it was
To be
16.
fair.
I think it was
We'll give
16,
him a half
17.
inch.
It's 15. Yeah.
Other girls will like the half inch.
You know, we were in a debate.
inch.
We were in a debate earlier. We were telling him that whatever number people say about anything, you actually have to subtract 2 inches from it,
Yeah.
and that's the truth.
Well, we were talking about height. We were talking about, which, by the way, now that we have the measurement, I want to measure my height because.
You want to do that right now
Right
or
now.
after? Okay.
Fine.
I don't know how we
We'll
do.
do it after.
We'll do it after.
We'll do it after. Brian, you sure you don't want to get in this bicep competition?
Oh no, I'm good.
So yeah, they've definitely grown.
Good for you. It's all those. It's all the peptides. and the
Peptides
Reta
are working. The FLGR and the SLU and the other stuff.
and the
IGF.
BPC and all sorts of
Yeah.
letters and abbreviations. Well, Dave, this was awesome, man. Where, with all the ventures you have going on, where could people get more Dave Lindberg and more of clinic protocols and more Hanobi and RejuvenateYou?
I think go to my Instagram, David Lindberg Co. Hit me up on Instagram. I'm on social medias. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. You taking new clients?
Always.
Always taking new clients. You're a
Always.
businessman.
Never say no.
Brian, you have any last minute questions for our boy Dave? Big Dave?
I actually did have a question. Oh,
Don't be
so
shy.
you mentioned a lot of different things that you're taking. Are those all separate injectables? Like how many things do you take all at once?
It depends. Some of them you can mix together, some of them you can't. So some mornings I'm taking like 8 different shots.
Oh my gosh.
And also cute. They're easy. They don't hurt.
Yeah.
Some of them are pill form.
Okay.
So like I take like a brain blend right now that's like dihexa, tesofensine, and 5-amino-1. That's a pill form. And like the SOUPP is a pill form. So there's some that are pills. We're working on right now. My manufacturer's working on what are they called? It's in my mind. Like not like lozenges, but they like little thin. Like the little
Like the strips?
like strips.
Yeah.
Yes, that go in and they absorb in your cheek, your roof, your mouth.
Okay.
And they bypass your liver, right? That's the problem with oral peptides. You have to go through your liver, and then they don't work. So they're trying to bypass the liver with these, and they're getting more efficacy from them. The more they're doing, the more research they're doing into it. So there's different ways to do them, and they're coming out with more ways to do them.
Like those Listerine tabs?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because I feel like that's people's big thing is injecting
It is.
themselves.
It can be scary to some people, right? They don't know how to do it. They don't know what's going on. So yeah, there's nasal sprays, there's oral. So they're coming out with more ways to do it. The issue is, how viable are they, and how much are you actually getting from those that's absorbing in your body?
8 times in one day, man. Good for you.
That's what she said.
Julie, you dirty dog, you. You dirty dog. Well, David, this is awesome, man. I really appreciate you coming on.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Hopefully I didn't get you in trouble like you did last time.
Big Dave.
You're
Big
good.
Dave.
Big
Dave.
I've been in trouble for a while, so we're good.
Okay, good. Crisis averted. Well, Dave, this is great. I look forward to seeing you at Ego later on tonight, a.k.a. very early next morning. It's going to be great.
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
They're closed. Actually, they're closed right now. They're remodeling.
They're remodeling?
Yeah,
That's
they're
the worst.
expanding.
What's the worst news I've heard all day? Catch new episodes each week, boys and girls, on HeyBighead.com. Get your peptides and everything you need from Big Dave. I call him Big Dave.
Big Dave. Shout out Big Dave.
Shout out Big Dave.
I like it.